In financial designs for balance sheets, you normally want every balance sheet account in the chart of accounts to appear once and only once in the statement. If not, there's a probability the balance sheet will not balance. Since rollups are the account aggregation mechanism in ActivReporter, we need a way to determine if a particular named rollup designed for the balance sheet has every account in the chart of accounts present once and only once. In products like Management Reporter, there is a specific program you can run to make this determination. In ActivReporter, the high-definition view will show us any missing accounts. To see how this works, let's add the rollup balance sheet to the Chart of Accounts HD view. We use the lookup filter to restrict our view to the A ledger accounts. As we look down the list, we see some accounts that do not have balance sheet entry. Sort this column so all are at the top. We see that there are 18 accounts that should be added to the balance sheet rollup. If any of these accounts have transactions in the calendar scope of the financial statement, it will not balance. Let's see this in action. Use the Layout Wizard to create a balance sheet with Balance Sheet Rollup. And see that it is out of balance by $127,155.78. Now go back to the Chart of Accounts view. Select the accounts with no balance sheet rollup and copy them to Excel. Connect this spreadsheet to the Fabricam database. Add a column on the right side of the Excel table and enter the balance formula for the account. Sum at the bottom. And you see that the exact total of the missing accounts is accounted for on the financial design. To remedy this, you need to add these accounts somewhere in the balance sheet rollup. Likewise, for P&L design, you want every account classified as a profit-loss account to be present once and only once. The ink statement rollup can be extracted from the Management Reporter ink statement row definition. Now we must activate the rollup in order to use it. However, it fails the ambiguity check and will not activate. Ambiguity means that an account is present more than once in the rollup, and this fails our premise that every account is present once and only once. We can use the right mouse click option to run an ambiguity check and see that account 6610 is included on row code 670 and 715. We fix this by eliminating the account 6610 from row 715. The rollup will now activate. There is still a possibility that an account is missing. As before with a balance sheet, we can add the ink statement rollup to the Chart of Accounts view of accounts. Let's also add the natural account number to the view since this rollup is based on the natural account number. We restrict to the A ledger. Now filter the view to the P&L accounts and sort the ink statement column to see all the missing items. Wow, there are 74 of them. We really should add all 74 of these accounts to our rollup ink statement. However, this is data from the demo data Fabricam, so perhaps these accounts have no postings, so it is immaterial. As before, we can check by using ActivReporter functions. Copy the account items with no ink statement entry to Excel. Here's where the calendar forever comes in handy. We want to see if there are any postings recorded to any of these accounts for all time, hence the forever calendar. Add a column to the Excel table and use the activity function referencing each natural account in column D, equal to the activity of gl.segment.account equal to the contents in cell D2 and ledger equal A. Connect the workbook to the Fabricam database. Filter the table to see the non-blank rows. You see that the accounts 6190, 7010, 7020, 7040, and 8020 must be included in the design because these accounts have postings in the year 2014. Of course, the above analysis is applicable only if you're creating a standard presentation where the accounts are to be represented once and only once in the financial design. There certainly could be situations that warrant a different presentation. How do you create a rollup that contains the same chart of account more than once? You can't, because this creates an ambiguity, and the rollup cannot be activated with an ambiguity. However, it is easy to remedy this. There is no prohibition of including more than one rollup structure in a single financial design. The cash flow statement is an example where you need to include multiple rollup structures in a single design. In this statement, the GP Balance Sheet 999 code nets every P&L account to compute the year-to-date profit. The cash flow statement requires we add back the depreciation expense, so we must use a different rollup, namely the GP Income Statement equal 40 for the depreciation expense. If we examine the chart of accounts for Fabricam, we see that every depreciation expense account uniquely starts with a natural account code of 62. Thus, we could have used direct references to the specific accounts in the general ledger instead of using a rollup structure, namely gl.segment.account like 62 ?